Okay, we're now going to begin by installing the truss rod. This is the just a traditional truss rod, a vintage style. You'll see it's sort of an over-length rod. And it comes with a little barrel end stop for one end, and then it's threaded for an adjustment screw and a washer on the other. Now refer to your truss rod layout page. The channel is going to go into the neck, and it's also arched. It's a little deeper in the center and shallower at the ends. Now, according to the layout, you'll know how far to measure for the different depths. And here I'm just marking off each section. Okay, now I'm going to lay out the width of the channel. And I'm going to start with the stop at the very end and lay out an area for that to set in. You want it to be pretty snug. You don't want it to rattle any once the neck's put together. Now at the nut end of the neck, there's going to be a section that you don't cut through. There's a channel through the center. And I want to use a brad point bit, and I've got a depth stop set for the first section. And I'm just going to begin drilling holes down that center line for each depth in that particular section. And then adjust the depth as you get nearer to the ends. And finally, here we are at the bottom of the nut. You want to be right up to the edge of that, but you want to leave that section where the nut rests onto the neck uncut. And now we're going to begin to clean out that channel. You can see that's going to be a very snug fit there. And I'm just going to start with the small chisel and just get the excess wood out. Yeah, I'm not doing anything fancy here. I'm just trying to get most of the excess out so that we can get to where we can trim the sides. Now I'm just going to take a straight edge and a pencil and just line this channel out a little better. This will give me a line that I can chisel out to. Do that on both sides. And now I'm going to take the chisel and start to fine-tune the sides and get right down to that pencil line. Here's the channel, a lot more complete. You can also see that I'm going to start sort of smoothing out the bottom. And pay special attention to where your sections meet. For instance, right here you can see the pencil mark where the two are. You're going to have a little step down there that you need to smooth out. Move the camera in a little closer here, and you can see how that section's deeper than this section, and there'll be a spot there where you have sort of a immediate change. It makes a step like that, and the idea is to smooth that out and get rid of that little ledge. And be sure and stay pretty well within the layout. If you get too deep with the channel, you can end up going through the other side of the neck. Now you can see how snug that fits in. I'm going to make a little bit of an adjustment to that. You want to get to where it's also below the surface. You don't want it protruding up to where it'll interfere with the fretboard when we glue it to the neck. And now on the end where the headstock is, I'm going to put the truss rod cover in place so that I'll know basically the length of how that channel will come through there. And you want to mark the screw holes because those need to bite into the wood, so our channel can't dig out any of that wood where that area is. So I'm going to start it there and give myself enough wood there for the screw to bite into. And do the same thing on the other side. I don't want to go past that point. So within there, we'll cut out. And then I'm just going to take the chisel and sort of freehand this, just to get it started. And then I'm going to draw some guidelines here to make sure I've got the width right. You want this wide enough that you can still adjust the nut that goes over the rod. Now I'm just going to carefully start digging it out. And here's more of the finished version. You can see how it's wide enough for the washer to fit inside there. and we'll be able to adjust the screw as well. And the washer is also not going to stick up